Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Harmonic Chaos. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Now look at me looking all formal. The only reason I am completely dressed up and I have my hair all done up nicely is because I had to go into the office today, so haha. Yeah, look at me being a corporate boy. Anyways, this is going to be a bit of an informal video, sort of kind of informal video, not fully 1000% scripted out like every other video that I've uploaded on this channel has been, barring one of them, I think. Also, I'm not holding the microphone today because it's got to be mounted right there because otherwise I wouldn't be able to scroll, as it were. But I don't know if you've seen this or if how plugged in you are into the international music industry scene. I admit I'm in a bit of a weird place when it comes to international music. It's just kind of like a sweet spot that I found, and I kind of like being there because I find it fun. Because right now the American music industry is kind of doing its own thing, and it's gonna be a hard pass for me, dog. It's gonna be a hard pass. I don't want to even touch that entire situation with a 1,000-foot pole, even though I probably could and make a pretty banger video out of it. But you know what? I don't feel like delving into it because that's just a whole thing. But in international news, if you've missed this, so the company Hybe, who is behind like BTS and other massive K-pop groups, they specifically didn't necessarily get into 100% hot water, but former CEOs and former executives of theirs did, however, get into some pretty financial hot water in the format of insider trading. Now, for the longest time, like whenever I would think of insider trading, I would just think of Martha Stewart, and I don't like that's the only connection of insider trading that my brain actually made. For those of you unaware, insider trading is basically like, hey, this executive or this person in an industry gets a little bit of information, little tidbit of financial information of, oh, this massive move is getting ready to happen by this big company, so I'm gonna buy stock in this company prior to all of this happening, so that when this move does happen, when their stock prices skyrocket, then I'm gonna cash out. Because now all of a sudden I made a whole lot of money 2 days before this massive event was going to happen for them. So it comes in a lot of ways. Also here in America, the like American politicians seem to get away with insider trading all the time, but it's different for them because if they sit on certain advisory boards and they know that this contract is going to go to this company and their stock is going to go up, that's an entirely different thing. It shouldn't be. It is the same thing, but it falls into a different set of rules. I don't know why. Rules for ye and not for me sort of thing, but it is what it is. But yeah, so going back to Hybe, this article by Music Business Worldwide, brief recap of who Hybe is. I found it interesting, so I read this, I skimmed it, to be completely honest with you, the first time that I read it. Then I'm like, oh, that looks like some hot water, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen with BTS. But then I like scroll down to the unnamed former executive, this one right here, that the former unnamed exec allegedly made $176,000 buying stock in a different K-pop company right before Hybe was going to invest in their stocks. So again, using privileged information to make money is kind of the whole insider trading deal. South Korea has recently, I say recently, most of the articles that I found were from 2024, could have been earlier, who's to say. They've been really putting the banhammer down on insider trading. Variety news article, they have stated that Hybe is, being fully cooperative, but also in the Variety article, they state that Hybe has been, fully cooperative and fully 100% on board with this and not holding anything back. But it's also interesting too, because the founder and chairman of Hybe, Bangsi, I don't even want to attempt to say that last name. But there were reports that in December that surfaced that Korea's financial service supervisors were monitoring the transactions made by him. So I don't know if that's that unnamed CEO or not. I don't think so. I think it is a different person. I think that is a different person. Yeah, because that's a former employee that their identity is concealed. But the chairman, on the other hand, it also seems like he is being monitored for insider trading. So yeah, it's just kind of overall, just kind of an interesting thing that like I don't know. I was just like hanging out, and then I just saw that Hybe got raided, and I'm like, what happened? Insider trading. Who knew? But that's actually not the only interesting thing that I found out about Hybe. They actually have a bit of an interesting connection to the American music industry, because the one, the only Scooter Braun is a major shareholder of Hybe America. Now, I don't know, from the articles that I've seen, these do date back to early 2023, that Hybe America merged with Ithaca Holdings, which was, I guess at this point, Scooter Braun's company. Now, if you don't know who Scooter Braun is, where have you been, first off? But second off, he is the person behind a lot of Taylor Swift's problems. So Scooter was Taylor Swift's manager, and he is one of the primary reasons why she's had a lot of problems when it comes to re-recording and re-releasing her music, because of the contract that she was locked into with Scooter and the record labels. And on top of all of that, Scooter is actually another one of his victims, and there's probably a lot more. But another, really massive person who was locked into a terrible, terrible contract with Scooter was Justin Bieber. And because I believe Scooter represented him for a very, very long time. There are tons and tons of videos that do a deep dive into all of the things that Scooter has done. And that they're actually, if you are interested at all in the music industry here in America, despite the other massive thing that's happening right now, that it'd be like, it's an interesting watch and an interesting listen, to just listen, like, to go down that rabbit hole. I've gone down that rabbit hole. It's like, I find it very interesting, but also, like, I find the music industry, for the most part here in America, a very interesting and nuanced place, to put it nicely. But yeah, so Scooter Braun, that means that Scooter Braun is now, as of 2023, he was the sole chairman of Hybe America. So I hope that the parent company in South Korea, they are keeping a close eye on things that he's doing with Hybe America, and not just taking his word for, trust me, this is how we do things in America. I really hope that they're not doing that. I haven't seen anything that would suggest otherwise, but yeah, it's not great. It's not a great situation to be associated with Scooter. But yeah, so one thing that I was curious, when I initially saw that Hybe was getting raided, it's like, is this going to affect BTS and their potential return here? I think in this month, it's June. I think in this month is when they were supposed to be returning. Not entirely certain. It's not really going to affect anything, because it was the former employee and then also the current chairman, and like the contract's already locked. Like, Hybe's not going bankrupt. They're not going to have their doors shuttered. Like, BTS is going to be fine. That was my thing. I'm like, this is going to affect BTS? No, it's not. They'll be fine. 100% they'll be fine. So, yeah, I just want to sit down and record this very kind of off-the-wall type of video. Like, not really what I normally do, but if this does well and you guys enjoy this style of content, I can definitely make more videos like this, because there's a ton of things that I could talk about very informally like this. But, yeah. So, with all that being said, my name's been Harmonic Chaos, and if there's another topic that you would like me to check out, feel free to drop it in the comments down below, or if there's, if you have your thoughts and opinions on everything, I'd love to hear them, whether you agree with me, you disagree with me, anywhere in between. I'd absolutely love to hear what you have to say. But until then, my name's been Harmonic Chaos, and I'll catch y'all next time. God bless.